Stream is up in five, four, three, two, one. And welcome to Omally Live on this, the 26th day of June 2020. I want to thank everybody for joining. Today on the phone, I have the director of the Legacy Project of Stark. But first, we need to pay some bills. This episode of Omally Live is brought to you in part by the Tremont Coffee Company. For all of your hot and cold brewing needs, check out the Tremont Coffee Company at 215 North Erie Street, Massillon, Ohio. Tigertown, USA. Eugene, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today. It's a privilege to be sharing about the Legacy Project with you all.
Cool. So before we talk about the project itself, I want to sort of rewind so people get a little bit of background. Exactly how did this whole project start?
Yeah, I'd love to share that. Back in 2013, I was working a kind of a full-time job in the construction market as a salesperson, and was also pastoring a little church in near Canton. And the principal from Lehman Middle School came and asked our church to kind of provide backpacks for the school, and so we graciously did that for her, and from that, it was I started going in occasionally and just kind of doing some odd things in the school and odd jobs and stuff for the school, and one day she had asked me if I'd volunteer some time on Fridays to hang out with some boys that were kind of struggling with with class and with some emotional things that were going on, and so yeah, I started doing that on Fridays, and that's kind of how Legacy was kind of born. It was kind of I saw the huge need in the schools for adult mentors to go in with these kids and spend some time with them and try to impact their lives as best we could. So that was the start of the Legacy Project, and I founded it and got the nonprofit status in 2015, and it just kind of exploded from there for sure.
So you don't have your normal day gig no more then? You do this full time?
No, I do this full time. Yeah, it was about I think it was 2 years ago. I actually quit my construction job and kind of started doing the Legacy Project full time and raising support for it. So yeah, so it's now not only my passion but my career.
Right. So what sort of brought all this into happening? There's a lady that works with you, and her name is, let me bring it up here, Jen, I believe.
Yeah. Jen Warner's she's my program director. And
so what all does she do?
Well, what she kind of does for us is, she was, we were friends kind of before this, and we started talking about it, and she has a passion for middle schoolers also. And so she started working for me a few years ago, and she writes all the curriculum, does all the logistical part of organizing the mentors in the schools and what schools need us, and so she's kind of a lot of the hands and feet in of the Legacy Project as far as getting the mentors trained and background checked and the right materials in their hands to be able to go into the schools and do what we do in the schools. So she kind of handles all that part of the Legacy Project for us.
Right. So ballpark, how many mentors do you have currently?
This last year in the school, we had 250 adults, volunteer mentors, and we were mentoring close to 1,500 kids in 10 school districts across Stark County.
Wow. So would this be something similar to like a Big Brother program, or is it a little more in depth than that?
Not really. What we do, our program's kind of set up a little bit. It's been kind of a niche for us. So what we do is we train the mentors, the adult mentors, and we send two guy mentors that would go in and work with guys, and two girl mentors that would go in and work with girls, and then we get groups of 6 to 7 students, and we meet for lunch during their lunch period. And so we'll take them out of the classroom, out of the lunch setting, and take them to, places that the school gives us, and we'll have those 6 or 7 students. These mentors will each week meet with these same 6 or 7, students each week and do a program with them. So it's a little different in that regard. It's not a one-on-one mentorship. We're actually doing group mentoring.
Okay. And so what type of qualifications does a person need to be as far as wanting to get into the mentor program?
Really just kind of a heart for children and some time during the day. We have a lot of retired folks that definitely mentor for us, but we have a lot of business people that take their lunch breaks, and they'll go during their lunch hour and go into the schools and once a week and do that. And so it's really just someone that really has a heart to be patient with middle school kids, because you got to be patient for sure.
Right.
And then we kind of take it from there. I mean, if you have the heart for it, then we have an initial training that takes about 2.5 hours to go through, and then we get the background checks that the schools need and all that, and then through the year we do ongoing training for the mentors, just to better equip them to be able to to be strong mentors and strong role models with their students.
Sure. How much has the COVID affected how the program operates? Are you still able to function pretty much as you did with the?
No, I mean COVID was COVID was really hard on us. We were basically back in March when all this kind of hit. One day we're in the schools, and it wasn't but a couple more days and we weren't in the schools. So it really affected our program in that what we like to do is we like to give a chance at the end of the year for the students and the mentors to kind of say their goodbyes and have a little party, and we really missed that this year. So the mentors and the students were really struggling because there was there was no finality to the end of the year
Sure.
for the program. So that's really affected. Especially some of our mentors have been we start in 4th grade, so some of our mentors have had some of these kids since 4th grade, and they were 8th graders, and they really never got to celebrate even the end of their term with their kids. So it was a tough year for us, so for sure.
Right. So it ends at the 8th grade year then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we do 4th. Yeah, we do 4th through 8th grade.
Okay. Um, let's talk a little bit about Remix and what that's going to be.
Yeah, Remix is kind of something that Jen and I came up with. What we do is we get like 45 minutes during the week with the kids, and we're brainstorming about different ways that especially during the summer, because the schools aren't in during the summer, of going a little deeper with the kids and having a little more time with them and being able to maybe help them with their homework or some other aspects of their lives. And so Remix was born out of that. But COVID kind of stalled our plans a little bit with that. We were going to do an all-day Saturday program with the kids, kind of focusing on single moms
Okay.
that maybe needed a break for, to go out grocery shopping or whatever. And we were going to kind of take the kids for a day. But
Yeah.
with COVID and the restrictions, we can only do like 30 kids on a Saturday, and so we do Remix on Saturdays at Montage.
Yeah.
And it's if you go to our website, you can get all the information there. But it's from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, and what we're really focusing on is just a chance for these kids to come out and they're really struggling and they're really missing that whole relational piece with their peers.
Right.
And so it gives them an opportunity, in a safe place to come out and hang out with some of their peers and reconnect a little bit after all this quarantine stuff.
Um, so the dates are still the same though, as far as the July 11th, 18th, 25th, and August 1st?
Yeah. Yep. This Saturday is our last Saturday for the first session, and yes, the second session starts on July 11th and runs each week, each Saturday through August 1st. So yep.
And is there any cost to this, or do they just have to register?
There there's no cost to it. Initially, we're gonna, the cost was like $25 a student, but we had some donors step up and kind of offer to cover that cost, which is awesome. And so, yeah, there's no cost to the student, just parents willing to get them there on Saturday and pick them back up.
Um, so looking past the remix and going towards the school year, have you been given any indication from the schools as far as if they're going to one reopen and two if they're going to let these programs continue to run at first?
We haven't got like any final, you know, any kind of final decisions from the schools. Now, I am meeting with the Perry School Board next Tuesday, just to kind of talk to them about it. But it sounds like from the schools and what we're hearing from the staff is because of this, our program needed more than ever. Because we kind of go in and provide a little bit of emotional and mental stability to some of these kids. So we're really hoping that the schools will figure out a way to get us in there in some manner to just kind of be there for the students when they get back in school. But we haven't got the final okay. We're hoping by the middle of July to kind of have directions from the schools on what we can do and what where we can get in and what that looks like for us for the fall.
Is there, other than the Facebook page and let's see, let me bring it up real quick. The Legacy Project of Stark.org and the Facebook
Yeah.
page, are those the two best ways to get in contact with you?
Yeah, that's the two best ways to kind of, the Facebook page is great for kind of following us and kind of see what's going on. And if you go onto our website, the Legacy Project of Stark.org, you can kind of see a little bit about our history, where we're coming from. You can, we're a 501c3, so we have a board of directors. You can meet them on there. And then there's also places like if you want to, become a mentor or get more information on becoming a mentor, you can fill out the application on there, and then we'll get in contact with you and kind of get that process started. You can go on there and kind of see what schools we were in last fall, and hopefully we'll be back in this fall, and kind of think about where, if you want a mentor, where you can get plugged in and be a part of our program. So, yeah, the website and Facebook are probably the two best ways to kind of stay connected and follow along with us.
Outstanding. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
No, I just, like I said, I appreciate this. What's huge for us is just letting the community know that we're out there, and so any of these platforms like you're doing is just great for us to know that we're out there trying to support your kids, and any way that you can, support us back and give back, either through mentoring. Like I say, we are a 501c3, so we're always, part of my job as executive director is to raise the money. And so we're always looking for anybody that, would be willing to, to invest in us financially too. So,
Okay.
But yeah, it's been great to be on here with you, and I appreciate the time that you've given us to share about our program.
I appreciate you having you on. Can you stay on the line while I button up the show?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure can.
And that is the Legacy Project of Start. Check them out on Facebook, and at the legacyprojectofstart.org is the website. If you are interested in either donating or participating, that's where you'll find them. Again, if you like these videos, hit that thumbs up. If you don't like the videos, hit the thumbs down. Let me know why. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you really like these videos, hit the subscribe button along with the bell. That way YouTube and the Book of Faces know to notify you that new content is up on the channel. And as always, on Friday, we sign off like it's midnight. Johnny Carson is done, and you are up past your bedtime. Until next week, God bless America. Long live the Republic. Peace.